All right, here I am talking to the president or owner of Mid-Michigan Solar. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Howard Croft. I am the president of Mid-Michigan Solar.
Okay.
We're working out here today with the Genesee Young Professional Group that has a Christmas tree out with LED lights.
Right.
For the third year now, we're actually going to power those lights and everything they do out here with the solar panel, which we're mounting today. We'll mount a control panel on Monday in time for the parade.
Right.
As you can see right there, our guys are kind of getting everything straight and lined up, so it's as south-facing as we can get it.
Now, take me through this. Are you guys going to be using kind of a battery to store all of that, or?
Absolutely. We will use a battery to store that, and the way I typically explain it is like your cell phone or a laptop. You know, you have to plug it in when you're in the car, the battery runs low. We could put a battery out here that would run these lights, but in this weather in Michigan, it's likely it would only last about 3 days.
Right.
So we measure out, you know, how much we can trickle charge that battery and keep it charged consistently based on the weather, based on the size of the battery, based on the size of the panel.
Now, how much power do you think you can get out of that panel?
That right there is a 245 watt panel. So, you know, typically that would light 2.5 100-watt light bulbs, typically speaking.
Excellent. Now, there's been a lot of innovations in solar lately. Like I was telling you before we got on camera, I'm subscribed to Gizmag, and it seems like they're just coming out with new innovations in solar so fast. It's like, you know, the industry can't keep up. I mean, like, just more and more. Well, now we can absorb more. Now we can take in more. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think it's a good situation for us because this is what we do for a living in Michigan. So we keep up with the technology. We know that the cost of panels has dropped in the last 3 years almost in half. And like you say, technology continues to evolve.
Right.
And so we keep up with it. It's very difficult for people when they see or hear about new technology to know what works or what doesn't. A lot of things sound great, but they don't always work out that way. So we do our best every day to know what's the new panel coming out, what's the new company that's coming out, what is the new technology, what does it compare with, you know, does it work? And that's kind of the foundation of our company.
I'm going to zoom in here for just a moment. We got Mid-Michigan Solar. So how long have you guys been working in Michigan?
I was born and raised in Michigan. I founded the company. This is my 4th year in solar. It is the company's 3rd year.
Right.
Based in Flint, Michigan. So kind of excited to be here where I've grown up, lived my whole life, raised my family, doing something that seems much of the community seems to have taken hold to it. So you know, it's a great feeling to be a part of Flint.
Now, compare the kind of technology that was available for solar back when you got started to the technology that it is now. I mean, have you seen a huge growth in the power of solar power?
I would say the growth I've seen is more on how it's swept across America. Europe, it's huge. It's all over Europe. It's been a slower progress in the United States. California, Hawaii has a lot of solar. It has been based on incentives, and it has been based on a utility wanting to buy back the energy credits. And in places where it's done that, Ontario, New Jersey, Massachusetts, you've seen the economy soar, you've seen the use of solar soar, and it's proven that it works.
Right. So, well, that's actually something I talk about frequently on my radio show, is that we're kind of getting to a point where the system is only going to be able to produce jobs for so long. We need to start working on getting off the grid and being able to produce our own resources as much as possible.
Right, and that's a twofold, is, you know, getting into solar, you're getting into energy. And you get into energy and understanding kilowatts and kilowatt hours, you create a situation where you expand what you can do in the future. It's not just solar.
Right.
This relates to wind, this relates to any energy-related technology that you can talk about, that you can go out and understand and be a part of the growth. You know, we have, you know, 30-plus states that still have no good solar programs that can come along. So, you know, to be in a place where it is growing and you learn and get opportunities, there's no telling what it could lead to.
What do you think of the geothermal heating and cooling systems?
I don't have a lot of experience, but everywhere that I know where there's one installed, I've heard nothing but good reports. You know, like anything else, you want to get someone that's experienced, that knows what they're doing, because like anything else, there are different types of technologies for geothermal. You want to get one that fits your house, your residence, or your business. But everywhere that I know of that they've got installed, I've heard good feedback.
Excellent, excellent. Well, like I said to the people earlier in the video, I'm hoping actually to be able to get a business card from you and maybe have you on for an episode of V-Radio to talk about the potentials of solar. I think one of the big problems with it is that people are ignorant of the fact that they really can get off the grid with solar. I was quoted like $18,000 to get my house off of the grid on solar. and it'd be good to actually hear from somebody who's off, in the field putting these things in. I overheard you guys talking a little bit about some of the projects that you guys are working on in different cities. Where is solar taking off, do you think, at least in Michigan?
Well, that was a mouthful there, and I had a lot of responses to that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, so I was going to say, every situation is different, so you do have to go in. We have to go in, look at the house, look at the business, look at your bill, look at your footprint, and to help you understand what's it going to cost to get you off. And really, there's a learning curve. So that's a big part of what we do, not just run in and try to install it, but to show and teach about how it works, what does work and what doesn't work. As far as in the state, every time there's been a program by the utility, they've gotten 3 times the applications than what their cap size has been, which means there is a demand in the state. So we've been the first to install solar in about 15 different municipalities in Michigan. We're going to be installing a 100 kilowatt solar canopy for MDOT in Grand Rapids in about 3 weeks.
Right.
We're installing a 212 kilowatt solar array in Wyandotte beginning later this week, which is for the electric municipality there.
Sure.
So there's no doubt people want to see it and like the opportunity to support what they pay from the utility. It's just the opportunities to help get the cost of it down. Obviously, is going to help everybody, and then the understanding of it is the other component.
Right. Well, thanks again for being with me today. And like I said, I look forward to hearing more from you. Thanks again.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for what you're doing for the world.
Thank you.